Curious incident on the Damascus Road. Former Chief of Staff to Ian Duncan Smith, former editor of the conservative home website, former comments of Primo and columnist at the Times starts unheard.com, which believes, among other things, that there's too much media focus on politics rather than a rounded view of the other upstream and sometimes greater influences on our lives. Because Tim Montgomery is an adroit self-publicist, he's contrived a modest buzz of interest over the past few days. But most of that examines his ambitions for the site to spend more time exploring the important things rather than the latest things, and rather brushes aside the disillusionment that set him, via a very rich hedge fund wizard, Paul Marshall, on this quest for some deeper enlightenment. But let's start where super-political Tim switched off, because that's a decision with resonance. He knew, or thought he knew, that a 24/7 politics-focused, controversy-chasing and sparking and overwhelmingly negative, and therefore pro-interventionist, news industry had simultaneously become too unbalanced and powerful in advanced-stage democracies. He believed that the huge upsets of 2016 weren't just signs of a broken politics and a broken economic model, although they most certainly were. They were signs of a broken media, too. Broadcasters and publications that were routinely so out of touch with large parts of the nations they covered that they didn't even begin to understand why so many people had voted in the way they had. He concluded that newsrooms, rightly so careful to seek more gender and ethnic balance within their teams, had not noticed that, ideologically, socially and in other vital ways, they had become monochrome. These are charges worth pausing over, whether or not you click to unheard.com. Almost 2 decades ago, in the Downing Street press room, Alastair Campbell discovered that 24-hour TV news channels had changed the whole nature of his job. None of the old stately routines, the routine briefings for evening paper correspondence, for morning daily folk, for broadcasters thinking about 6 p.m. and 10 p.m., days of known deadlines.